Hello, guys. Today's a day of max pain. I mean, prices are dipping like to levels that I never thought they would dip to. Let me try to share the screen. Okay, hello, guys. How are you doing? Happy Saturday or happy Friday. So, I'll take a quick look at the prices right now. We see Pulse is at 1.0000102, almost at the sack rate. PulseX is 0.40386. Hello, Francis Powell. ARH, what's up? Black Millennial, what's up? And chart are forming a double bottom. What does a double bottom mean? Does it mean that we're going up from here? Because that's the kind of story that I want to hear. If we're going up from here, that's definitely the story that I want to hear. Look, I must say today's prices are shocking, right? I mean, Pulse at some point went below sack rate. That was surprising, extremely surprising. But hey, look, it is what it is. You know, these cryptocurrencies, like we always say, sometimes they can go higher than anyone thinks, or they can dip lower than you think as well. So it is what it is. How's the weekend going, or how is the weekend starting? Let me know how the weekend is starting. Yes, technically. I think PLS. Oh my God, PLX. You know, here's the thing, right? This is how a lot of there was. If you remember when HEX started, there was a lot of FUD as well. A lot of people spoke like that, but you've got to be thinking long term, and long term says I think it'll do well. Now, I don't agree with everything so far, right? I mean, I don't believe in sacrifice phases anymore at all. I don't think they're good, and I actually think they are harmful long term for PulseChain, because what we want is we want the new projects to pump harder than PulseChain. And if the new projects are launching in the same way that PulseChain launched, I don't think that's a good idea. I think we have to be thinking strategically how best can new projects launch, and how they can be how they can pump hard. But yeah, crypto is crypto. Let's just take a look at what's going on Twitter, guys. Are you guys on Twitter, guys? Are you on Twitter? If you're on Twitter, you gotta follow me as well, because I'm trying to grow my Twitter. Yeah. Okay, I think this is Wales playing games. You must send as many people as possible. Rings and I don't. Yeah. What do you think of the PulseChain miners like PLS Print and Passive Pulse? I don't know. I don't know what those are. Or what do you think of Pulse miners? No, I haven't heard about those Pulse miners yet. But you see, I'm very conservative at how I look at new stuff launching and new projects and all that stuff. Because I mean, I have seen this stuff happen on Ethereum a lot, and so what I want to see, for the most part, the easiest thing for me to actually fall for is stuff that already works on Ethereum. Like PulseX works on Ethereum as well, right? Uniswap is successful on Ethereum already, so that's not difficult to comprehend. And GMX, right, is not difficult for anyone to comprehend. NFTs are not difficult for anyone to comprehend, but NFTs are a little bit more complex, because I think that PulseChain community is not so open to embrace them. So yeah. Okay. Rinsed out. Oh, rinsed, washed out, rinsed. Okay. Like rinsed is not a word that's so close. It's not like one that's just. It's a word, yeah, but it's just one of those words that like at the back that I don't think of that often. Yeah, rinsed, washed out. I get it. I get it now. Thank you. Thank you. ARH. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, but look, I think definitely it's good to see that everyone is still bullish, despite the fact that today there's a lot of pain in the markets. But yeah, that's a good thing. I mean, I was surprised to see Pulse dipping below sac rate. It's something that I didn't expect. But look, it is what it is. I did make a video earlier on today, derived from Money Gang Crypto's tweet, saying that look, cryptocurrencies in the first 90 days they can dip really, really hard. Infinite potential. Wells Candy WC is printing top 15 on PulseChain. Big LP. Big LP. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Check on Dex Screener. You do good videos and live streams. Thank you, Big Silly. And that is a name, Big Silly. That is a name, Big Silly. Big Silly. Look, I think I'm a big believer in the whole PulseChain ecosystem, and I think that I've been proven right so far, right? Because when Richard had first announced that he was launching PulseChain, I was like, look, I think this is where all the action is going to be in the future. So I have to jump on it. So I pivoted completely to just supporting that, talking about that only. If we simply held our sacrifice coins rather than sacrificing, we would be far more underwater than our current position. Exactly. The thing is this, right? If you look at the time of sacrifice and now, prices have dipped significantly, right? They've dipped significantly for Ethereum, for HEX, for all the cryptocurrencies. And the sacrifice has held value. It has held value. Unfortunately, the downside is that this is not the type of value that people can see, because what people understand in the crypto space is how many X's, a 10x, a 20x, a 50x, a 100x. That's the language people speak. But people don't understand that how much they've been saved from paying the bear market. For everyone watching this, zoom out your perspective. This is necessary for us to go up. We still have billions of SEC money to print that green candle. Yeah, agree with you. You know, if you're thinking long term, you will always make money in crypto. Crypto is not a thing that you think about overnight, getting rich tomorrow. It's a long term perspective type of thing. No matter which crypto you think of, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever you think of, even Solana, BNB, they all get you rich over the long term. Some don't get you rich at all, right? If you get good product market fit, you will get rich. PRC 20s to watch. Link, render, wrapped BTC. Disagree with wrapped BTC. They wrapped BTC. If you're talking about like the fork or the real wrapped BTC, that's just Bitcoin. So definitely not. And then Pepe. Well, look, I definitely would disagree completely. I think that the best PRC20s are the PRC20 native tokens, the tokens built for PulseChain. And I think that the strategy of trying to make PRC20s better than ERC20, I don't think that's a winning strategy. I don't think that, for example, if you hold Link on Ethereum, I don't think you will ever wake up one day and say that now Link on PulseChain is better than Link on Ethereum. The reason being that the team behind it, if you hold Link, you hold it because of the team behind it. That's one of the reasons why you hold it. And if the team if the team doesn't support it or doesn't acknowledge it, how can it have value? And you might say it has value because it's a fork, but HEX still sits on Ethereum proof of work. HEX still sits on Ethereum, the other version of Ethereum that was forked, but none of those have any value. The one that has value is the one that is on Ethereum and PulseChain. Those are the ones that have value. Kudos to you for bringing practical and logical content to this space. Hopefully your socials will pump and benefit the entire community. Oh my God. Yeah. Thank you, Peter Hood. If you haven't followed on Twitter, go and do that, guys. Please. I'm trying to I'm trying to pump up Twitter, but then Twitter is really, really hard to pump up. And who's on Twitter, guys? If you're on Twitter, let me know if you're on Twitter. Yeah, I'm definitely that one is yeah, it's a little bit. I don't understand how it works yet, but definitely I hope it pumps too. So yeah, let's go. I mean, I must say, guys, the past few days have been really like there's been so much action packed happening. It's been action packed, so much stuff happening in the space. Yeah. But again, the best strategy is always to think in the long term. That's always the best strategy. But my dream, right, for the space is that I hope that the tokens that are launching on PulseChain start to do extraordinarily well. And that's the reason why I don't like sacrifice phases anymore. Because if you think about it, sacrifice phase, it can happen for 2 weeks. And what does that mean? It means that the sacrifice is sucking up all the buy pressure for 2 weeks. And when the token launches, the buy pressure is like it's all been sucked up. So all the great projects on PulseChain, and there are great projects launching on PulseChain, they do not participate to price growth. And I think that it's bad because it doesn't attract or entice new people. Because if you're at a blockchain where you have one token launching today, it does 10x. One project launching today, it does 10x. Another project launching tomorrow, it does another 10x. Another one the next day, 20x, 100x. In a bear market, that would be great. But if everyone is doing a sacrifice phase, that means that you're not going to get any gains from those projects because the sacrifice phase will be so long that it sucks up all the price performance that could ever come. And look, it is what it is. Keep it up. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, InvestDex. Thank you. InvestDex. Thank you. Link will benefit from Swift incorporating institutional backing into blockchain. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. To me, all this stuff, you know what it is, right? These are all stories. They're all stories. The fundamental piece is what drives price performance is buying and holding. And a beautiful story is important to entice buyers to buy and hold. But the mechanics, buying is what drives price performance and holding. So if I buy because Link will benefit from Swift incorporating institutional banking into blockchain, if that's the reason why I buy, that's good. But the reason price is going up is buying and holding. So yeah, buying and holding is the solution. Salute, Hexiled Degen. Why are you exiled? Why are you exiled? You should not be exiled. Why would you be exiled? Come on, we are a welcoming community. No one is exiled. Peter Hood and drive price on ETH and spill over into Pulse. Sacrifice is lame even for Pulse and PulseX. It's a dumb move. Once the devs get your money, okay. Now, look, I think I can understand sacrifice for Pulse and PulseX. I can understand that. But yeah, for new projects, I think we have to find a way that holders get price appreciation, good price appreciation, right? For Pulse and PulseX, you did benefit from not losing money in the bear market by retaining value. But from the projects launching now at the point where we are at right now, I think we need price appreciation to make PulseChain go viral. We need price appreciation from new projects. And if all we're doing is the sacrifice thing, a sacrifice phase where you raise millions of dollars, and then where will you get price appreciation? And and yeah, market cap matters. It does matter. I'm exiled by Hexicans because I own other coins. Look, every Hexican owns other coins. And I will say this, right? I used to think, no, here's the thing, right? Hexicans are, for the most part, sober-minded, maximalist people, and rightly so, because a lot of the stuff out there is trash. A lot of the stuff out there will get you wrecked. So it's supposed to be that way. However, Hexicans also do degen at some point. I mean, what surprised me was during the first sacrifice phase of PulseChain, right? Hexican sacrificed Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Chainlink, Wise token. right? So hexagons do, the fact that hexagons had all these coins to sacrifice means hexagons do double in other coins. So hexiled, from today onwards, you're no longer hexiled. You can still use the name exiled, but you're not exiled anymore. You've been embraced. From one exiled degen to another. Some of the sexes are based on ERC20 tokens. Do you think we would ever see a PRC? Yeah, we do. Okay, big silly. We already PulseX is for PRC20. PulseX, that's what it does. Yeah, PulseX, that's what it does. PulseShib will do crazy gains, so much potential once people hear about it. Oh my god. I think that the numbers could go insane. They could go insane. I mean, the market cap is so tiny that I think that the potential is huge. Potential is huge. I mean, here's the thing, right? PulseChain was the fastest growing blockchain for since its existence, but it has slowed down now. And I understand why it's slowed down, because obviously, for the most part, hexagons are not gamblers. And PulseX is a gambling platform to double in this PRC20, that PRC20. But hexagons, for the most part, they like to buy and hodl, right? But once the ecosystem starts opening up and more people start coming in, I do think that we're going to see massive gains, and especially around the tokens that are building around the space. I think you see huge gains. And PulseShib, guys, if you haven't seen it, I think I've got a link in the description. All that are the good stuff. You can see all of that stuff. But the good thing is this, right? I do see that despite pain in the market, I see a lot of positivity. A lot of people are positive, and there isn't much bearish thought. When single staking, yeah, good question, right? I think that's, look, all of the stuff is coming. All of it is coming. All of the stuff is coming, and it's just that there's been a lot of stuff that has happened. I mean, if you remember, we're not yet a month old yet, right? The PulseChain blockchain, and we've had, first of all, we launched, sorry, and then the bridge was clogged, and then there was no places, no onboarding, no way to onboard, no exchanges, and then all of the stuff has been coming on bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit. So there's been a lot of building that has been happening right now. There's been over the past few days. So I think single side staking will come. But I do think that if that's what you're thinking about, I think there's many other projects that will come outside of PulseX. I assume you're talking about PulseX. I think that there are many other projects that will come outside of PulseX that provide these services. Because if you look at Ethereum, right, you've got Ethereum, you've got Sushi Swap, you've got, in terms of yield, Beefy Finance, you've got all these Aave, you've got, what is this called? So many platforms for you to generate some kind of yield, to do different types of staking mechanisms that are available. So I think all of that stuff is coming to PulseChain, but it might take a little bit of time. It might take a little bit of time, but I think all of the stuff is coming. It's definitely coming soon. So I think that yeah, it's one of those things that you should not be worried about, because it is definitely coming. Yeah, but look, it is what it is. But then, yeah, look, the markets are the markets, and I'm happy that things seem to be moving. We are progressing. There is a lot of progress happening. There's a lot of progress happening. Like Richard had burnt billions of Pulse. So everything seems to be moving in the right direction. Let's just take a look at what's going on Twitter. Twitter is where most of the action is in regards to PulseChain. And okay, let's see what Somi says, that 20 Bitcoin 161 days to get a bottom, 413, 364. This bottom is going to be hard to get, because I mean, I think this has been the most painful bear market that we have ever seen in the crypto space. It has to be the most painful bear market. And okay, Eric Wall, guys. Eric Wall is always dropping some information. And Eric Wall, the thing is this, right? I think he's extremely smart, but at this point, I think he's just a hater. Because anytime there's good stuff happening, he does not post anything at all. But when there's bad stuff happening, yeah, that's when he's active, posting about HEX. Let's see, correction. Oh, and he's very happy that HEX is down, right? Because saying correction, if you add HEX together on PulseChain, fork is 97% down. It's definitely, it looks like he's definitely gloating that the price of HEX is down at the moment. But the thing about crypto is this: you get all these smart people that cannot recognize opportunity when they see it. I mean, when before we got the massive gains we got in HEX, he didn't recognize it. When we got it, he doesn't recognize it. RH still can lock the 90% of coins he has. That would reduce the market cap and circulating supply of Pulse, right? Yes, if he was to lock it up, it would definitely reduce it. I don't know the game theory that he's doing with the coins. I'm sure there's some game theory there. I don't think he's just holding them for the sake of holding them. Because, I mean, he has burnt some coins the past few hours. There's some coins that have been burnt. So I think that there's a method to, there's a strategy there. There's definitely a strategy that he's thinking about, and the reason why he's holding a lot of coins, because I don't think that he's going to sell his coins. I see a lot of people, a lot of different thoughts on Bitcoin, on HEX, and all that other stuff. I'm saying at the moment, so I'm not even worried. Yeah, that's the best strategy. You know, the thing with crypto is this, right? You've got to think long term, and once you're staked, you're locked in, and you don't have to worry about the daily fluctuations, the daily noise, what's happening today, what's happening tomorrow. You're just thinking long term that, look, if I'm staked today, when my stake ends, I will be in profit. If that's the strategy, that's a good strategy. He's playing the long-term game. It will be huge for sure. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, look, the long-term game is how you get rich in crypto. But I did make another video a few days ago. Sorry, maybe a few hours ago. I was talking about, look, sometimes in crypto strategies change, and you have to really remaneuver and think about, okay, what's the best way to get rich at this point where we are right now? I think it's extremely important to think that, because yeah, the PulseChain ecosystem is probably the only ecosystem that's left where you can just buy coins and hodl and just chill. For the most part, I don't think that you can do that with Ethereum or other coins in the Ethereum ecosystem. I think you have to be doing other things in order for you to become extremely wealthy in crypto. So we have to be re-strategizing all the time. Guys, let me know which niche do you think will pump the hardest on PulseChain? Is it NFTs? Is it DeFi, decentralized finance? Is it memes? Is it which niche do you think will pump the hardest on PulseChain ecosystem? I think that's an important question. That tells you how to strategize, where to put your money, and all that other good stuff. It's always going to be PulseChain. PLS is the one that's going to pump harder than anything else in the world. DeFi, yeah, well, yeah, I'm inclined to think that DeFi also will do well on PulseChain. I think that I don't think NFTs will do well, because I think I think Richard Hart over the years has really smacked that down. So I think that NFTs, I think NFTs will take a lot of work to make them become recognized and to make them appreciated in the PulseChain ecosystem. The NFTs that I think will do well are, if you think of things like what they're doing on Hedron, where you have some value add. It can't just be NFTs on their own, some value add. But I think DeFi, I think people in the PulseChain community understand DeFi well. So I think DeFi will do really well. I agree with, yeah. Not PulseX or any others. Not PulseX. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Look, I'm bullish on PulseX. I'm bullish on PulseX. The only question I have is what about the competition? Because I'm certain there's some DEXs that are launching that do the same thing that PulseX does, right? I think there's one called 9inch. It does the same thing, and there's another one as well that launched as well. So the question I have is that how will PulseX fare with competition? Memes with buy and burn and staking. Yeah, definitely. Look, the biggest use case in crypto is store of value. Nothing is bigger than that. So that's what meme coins do. They serve the purpose of store of value. And if you earn the buy and burn is the best thing. That's the discovery that PulseX does that really blows everything else out of the water. And that can really equal price performance. So I think that, if you have, those are really fundamentals that I think are strong. Buy and burn mechanism and staking to earn some crypto and to be burning to ensure that you've got price appreciation. I think that's good. And I think that PulseShib can do that. So I think that's good. Okay, let's see this. Silvertooth. I'm all in on stable coins. When BTC hits 11K, I will re-enter the market. Have done the math, and 11K checks out. Does anyone think Bitcoin is going back to 11,000? I do not think it's going back to 11,000. I do not think so. Richard Hart will claim victory for calling the bottom a feature, not a bug, even though he was vague about it. Your bags will be down 75 to 95% when I enter the market. This does not sound good to me. Does anyone think we're going down 75% from where we are right now? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think for Bitcoin, I think we've hit the bottom for Bitcoin. Yeah, because one thing you don't want is to end up missing out on the opportunity, you know. I mean, we've already had the dip. The dip is gone. The dip is done. Somi, what's the story, my friend? Somi is on fire. Somi's on fire. Let me see. Somi's on fire. I mean, I really appreciate the videos that Somi's been dropping. And if you want to jump on, I can drop a link right here. If you want to jump on for a bit, if you have time, jump on. Yeah, so respect to Somi. I mean, I'll tell you this, right? For me, Somi is a big inspiration because I mean the amount of the work ethic that he's got is really inspiring. I mean, he drops like 20 tweets a day, 10 videos a day. Oh my god. That's like beast mode. That's next level stuff. So respect. Hexal Degen, look at Strong Hands protocol. I don't know of this protocol. I don't know of it. I haven't heard of it. Salute. Somi has a straight back. Okay, wait. Hey, Sugar Plum. Somi's dominating. Somi's dominating the space. Look, massive respect. I mean, I'm surprised at the way he does stuff, man. My God. And the thing is, like, dropping lots of videos a day is not hard, but dropping videos with hardcore alpha important information now, that takes a lot of work. And dropping tweets at the same time that come with really relevant information that's important. Yeah, that's not easy, bruv. So respect to the work ethic that he's got. My God, that's impressive. That's a very, very, very impressive. It's inspiring me. I mean, I've started making more videos because of what he does. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Why MetaMask not showing price for PLX? Well, yeah. Well, MetaMask, I think you've got to give it time. You've got to give MetaMask time. Yeah, you've got to give it time. You've got to give it time. Yeah, you've got to give it time because I think, yeah, you've got to give it time. That's the only thing. And at some point, they have to really kind of embrace PulseChain, embrace the ecosystem and all that stuff. Then maybe that's when they'll do that. What are your thoughts on Silvertooth? Well, okay, we just went through the post where he said he's going into stable coins. I think that's a bad idea. Yeah, I think that's a bad idea. I mean, look, here's the thing, right? Richard Hart said we're going to 11,000, right? No, we're going to 11,000, 12,000 something day. But he hasn't spoken about it for the past how long? A really long time. I do think that, and there's some people always say that Richard Hart is trying to time the market for PulseChain. PulseChain is launched. He hasn't spoken about this 11,000 Bitcoin price call. So I think that at this point, it means that we're supposed to move on from it. And look, it is, I've got to tell you the way it is, right? Guys, the bottom line is this, right? There is no way to accurately predict what the price is going to do. There's absolutely no way. If there's a way, it's got to be mathematically proven. And unless someone comes up with an equation to say, this is the equation to calculate the bottom, and this is the equation to calculate the top, at some point, it drills down to speculation. So Richard Hart is probably one of the smartest people in crypto. And he did call the top 2017. He called the bottom as well. But he hasn't spoken about the 12K top bottom for a long time. So I think he's moved on from that call. And I think waiting for it, I don't think that's a wise strategy. I don't think so. I think we've seen I think for the entire market, we are still kind of bearish. But I think, yeah. Now, okay, obviously for PulseChain, it's a little bit different. PulseChain is a new project. And right now we're kind of in that area of kind of discovering where the bottom is and all that stuff. But for Bitcoin, I don't think we're going down to 11K anymore. No. Look, who knows, right? I mean, with what's going on with CZ and the SEC, they're suing him. But one of the things that, look, like in regards to Binance, and I do know that like Binance has really been unfair to Hexicans, right? It's been extremely unfair, and they haven't treated us well. And I mean, they wrote an article with blatant lies, right? But I do like the fact that they did release a letter saying that, guys, we might not have any more banking. So they're telling their US customers that, look, take your money out. And a company that does that, to me, I think respect, because they're essentially telling customers, take your money out before it's too late, because we won't have any more banking partners in the US. We're going to become a crypto exchange only. So respect to Binance for that. Okay, let me see this. I think I missed this. Most people in Drip are Hexicans. PulseChain is a blockchain. PulseX is for transactions. I think we need our native projects to launch for things to get interesting. People just need to be mindful of what they are selling. Yeah, we do need projects to start launching, and we need them to start launching at cheap prices so that we get price appreciation, and then we get number go up. We get to advertise that this PulseChain coin did 10x, that PulseChain coin did 100x, this PulseChain coin did 1000x. But if everyone is doing a sacrifice phase where they raise millions and millions and millions, Where will the price appreciation come from? Hello, I did. I called the bottom on the day with proof. Okay. I do not disagree that you called the bottom with proof, but I would argue that it was luck. Can you show me a mathematical formula to prove it? I don't think so. I think it's all speculation at some point, right? I mean, even drawing charts, drawing fancy charts, I think, yeah, it's all probabilities at some point. It's probabilities. I mean, do you disagree that it's probabilities? Get Money 5. Get Money 5. That's a really cool name. Get Money 5. Get Money 5. 2018-7, 2022. Find my Twitter on See For Yourself, Wolf of Trot. Yeah, well, look, I don't disagree that you call the top and you call the bottom, right? But what I would argue is that give me the strategy to get to reproduce it, right? Okay, like what the definition of something is that something is scientific is that it can be reproduced in a similar environment. And that's what I want to see. I want to see reproducing the same thing in a different environment, right? So you call the top for Bitcoin, call the top for BNB, call the top for Pulse, call the bottom for HEX, call the bottom for Tron. If you can reproduce it, then I'll definitely respect that. Most people in DeFi got started with HEX. Yeah. but look, here's the thing, right? I think another thing is that Hexicans, we are getting excited by some projects that we should not be getting excited by. Because some of the stuff that I see people are jumping into and saying, "Oh, this is the next thing, next best thing," almost like we're reinventing Hex again. Some of the stuff doesn't look that exciting, but people are getting excited about it. So Coinbase is partnered with BlackRock. SEC are not going to win. Yeah, well, it looks bad for the SEC right now. I mean, especially when the news came out that they were looking for a job from Binance. No, like Gary Gensler was looking for a job from Binance. Not looking good. Not looking good at all. I find pattern in everything. Okay, so there's a different pattern in everything. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yes. Send me an inbox and then I'll go through the tweets and then I'll see the calls. I'll definitely love to see them. And if they're good, man. Look, yeah, respect where respect is due. Too many big fishes waiting on dumping, so it's difficult to gain on these type of projects that has been heavily influenced. I don't know, man. I haven't seen massive whales waiting to dump or talking about dumping. So it's I don't know. Maybe you're right. Has anyone tried to buy Pulse from PLS Burn on ramp? No, I haven't. I was going to try and buy from the Telegram stuff because that seems cool. I mean, buying Pulse on Telegram seems really cool. Especially because Telegram could be the home of scams. How low would you like us to go? Look, I'll tell you this, right? I'm happy with current prices. So lower than this, I'm not really happy, especially for Pulse, right? I'm not happy with Pulse going lower. I'm happy where we're at right now. And PulseX, it's okay. I think I'm happy with the current prices. Yeah, that's what I'll say. I'm happy with all current prices. I can, brother. Awesome. Then why you not rich, bro? Shilling here. Good question. I mean, if you do get rich, it might not be a good idea to start saying, I'm rich. It's a good idea to say I'm rich when you're not rich, right? Because then you get people to respect you and say, oh my God, this guy has made so much millions in crypto. But when you are rich, it's not a good idea because you put a target on your back. It's absolutely not a good idea. I don't think HEX would drop below a penny. Good price if you have money on the sidelines. Let's say we're at the bottom or close to the bottom over the next 2 years. Which coin do you think will have the biggest run up, Pulse or PulseX, and why? Okay. I'm gonna say Pulse, man. I'm gonna say Pulse. I'm gonna say Pulse. The reason I say Pulse is because it's easy for everyone to understand, right? Just Pulse is a fork of Ethereum. Look at ETH and look at Uniswap token, right? Then let's go to BNB. Look at BNB and look at PancakeSwap. We can go to Avalanche, right? You probably don't even know what the top DEX on Avalanche is. And the other reason is this. Now, I'm not comparing it to PulseX. I'm just saying that we don't know what the top DEX on Avalanche is. We don't know what the top DEX on Solana is. We don't know what the top DEX on, but we know Solana, we know Avalanche, we know Polkadot, we know Cardano. So I think Pulse will do well because of speculation. Now, the tokenomics of PulseX are better than the tokenomics of Pulse, but I think that speculation drives price up more. Onboarding new people is better than the buy and burn, in my view, because onboarding new people, they come and dump big bags of cash to buy the token, to buy Pulse, and then the price goes up. So I think Pulse will do better than them. Another reason is this. I think that PulseX will have competition, right? I mean, there's talk of, everyone is talking about 9-inch, and you it essentially does the same thing that PulseX does. So there's talk of that. There's other people who are going to launch their own decentralized exchanges. So PulseX will have competition. Pulse cannot have competition. No one can compete with PulseChain. Because if you look at the competition right now, right, you see that PulseChain is a fork of Ethereum. Ethereum Fair is a fork of Ethereum. No one knows about it. No one talks about it. Ethereum Proof of Work is a fork of Ethereum. No one knows about it. No one talks about it. No one can compete with PulseChain. But I think that people can compete with PulseX. So I think that's the biggest difference. So I think that PulseChain will outperform that. Then I think PulseX could be a good second. And then third is HEX on PulseChain. And then fourth is HEX on Ethereum. And then fourth is the incentive token, which I've always been negative towards the incentive token, but my mindset is shifting because of this, right? If you look at PancakeSwap, the PancakeSwap token has done relatively well. So if PancakeSwap token, which has almost similar tokenomics, that means that incentive token can do well too. So yeah, those are my thoughts in which will do a better run than the other. But obviously not financial advice. Those are my opinions, right? The issue is the Federal Reserve is going to raise rates next week, so people are liquidating. Yeah, I actually haven't followed the Federal Reserve for a long time. I used to follow them all the time, right? I just got tired of it. I said, okay, is this really going to drive price appreciation? At some point, it stops being as impactful anymore, in my opinion. You can tell me if you disagree, real billionaire boys. The reason why I say that is this. I mean, when Elon Musk started tweeting about Dogecoin, anytime he would say anything Dogecoin related, price would go up. Until it got to a point where his words had very minimal impact. Now, his words have some impact, but not as much as when he started talking about Dogecoin. So I think that the Federal Reserve, I think that they're going to lose power in regards to crypto, but they still have significant might when it comes to the markets as a whole, including crypto, because they decide whether we print more or we don't. But look, I don't follow them as much as I used to. So yeah, maybe I should. The prices are no issue. You should be accumulating. 100%, you're right. Time to accumulate. I'm still on the fence about what is true about the EHEX versus PHEX ratio. Does it depend on liquidity, or does the arbitrage scale a common ratio? It depends on one thing and one thing only: the market. If people decide EHEX is worth more than PHEX, the value will go up. If people decide it's less, the value will go down. So it's the market that decides. That's all. Market, people, you and me, we decide. It was not from you, man. It was from the person who was able to call the top and bottom. Yeah, we are live. What's up? What's up? What's up, Tin Top? What's up, Tin Top? What's up, Tin Top? What are your thoughts on link prices? I haven't seen it. Okay, I honestly haven't looked at it. I do think that maybe from what you're saying, I think maybe it could be on one of the on PulseX, right? I haven't. I don't know. I don't know much about what's going on there. But here's the thing, right, about HEX, that there seems to be a lot of buyers, right? Anytime the price dips, we see a lot of buying happening, and then the price goes back up. So that's clearly a good thing that's happening there. That you've got buyers of last resort who will say that, look, I'm going to gobble up the dip. And the thing in crypto is this, right? The best thing is if you do have a bag of fiat, you are in the best possible position because you can buy dips. A sell-off was expected. I had a hard time holding for the first week, but I did. I'm backing the I'm backing the trunk up this weekend and taking advantage of the dumper's loss. I will tell you this, tin top, though. That's right. You know, the thing is this, right? If you're buying, selling, and catching tops, catching bottoms, you are definitely increasing your risk. Your risk level is not the same as a hodler. But if you have a smart strategy, then respect. Hex on ETH and Hex on Pulse are two different coins. Yeah, they're two different coins. We still don't know the circulating supply of Pulse yet. We do know. Okay. We don't even know if those burnt PLS tokens are from the circulating or from the OA. There's no clarity. I think okay, I get what you're saying, right? To a certain level, right? That we don't know how much. I think what you're saying is we don't know how much the OA owns. That's what you're saying. And yeah, that's true. We don't know how much the OA owns. There's some estimates here on plsburn.com. And let's see. The estimates are that circulating supply is about 15 trillion pulse and 21 trillion pulse X. Those are the estimates that we have. Okay. But looking at these numbers, right, it tells you that even though Pulse X has a bigger burn, Pulse has less supply. So you could think about it as that Pulse has already burnt a lot. Because 15 trillion versus 21 trillion. At some point, I thought that maybe Pulse was overvalued versus Pulse X. But looking at the ratios here, that is 15. Well, these are estimates, right? From Pulse Burn, PLS Burn. These are estimates, they're not real. But they're saying that 15 trillion supply and 21 trillion supply. Yeah. Well, okay, now I'm bullish on Pulse now. More than I was before. I'm more bullish on Pulse than Pulse X. I was thinking of the farming mechanism with PHEX and EHEX, but I saw it got removed. Yeah. What community would you like to see the most migrate to PulseChain as far as adoption goes? I would say, yeah, well, there's a few, right? There's a few. I mean, the simple answer would be something like Shiba Inu, but it's a simple answer, right? A more complex answer would be something like maybe Cardano or even XRP. I think that our community is a little bit more mature, and like a Cardano community is also, in my view, a little bit more mature as well. And even the XRP is a little bit more mature also. So yeah. I mean, what do you think? What do you think? Oh, okay. I think the right question would be the right answer to your question would be Bitcoin. That's the right answer. Because if you look at the philosophy of a Bitcoiner and the philosophy of a Hexican, similar, very, very similar. There's a difference though. The difference is that a Bitcoiner feels superior. That's reality, right? But I think that the philosophy, the mindset is very similar, and the strategy is also very similar. But I think Bitcoiners do feel superior to everyone else. They feel like everyone else, they're plebs and they're the smart guys. So yeah, I'm just accumulating. We're so early. This is a long-term play for me. Awesome. You need both. How long do you think the pairing would take, if ever? I don't understand. What do you mean pairing? If I come up with a good project, would you do it with me? What kind of project would that be? Just sold my ADA and Matic bags, going all into Pulse when the market settles down a bit. I think that's a smart strategy. Yeah. And the volatility is insane, right? I mean, the volatility is insane. I mean, if you look at what's happening, with the price of HEX, the price of PulseX, and all that stuff, it's the volatility is just mad volatility. But we've burnt a lot. We've burnt a lot of Pulse, burnt a lot of PulseX. I want to see a lot more burning on Pulse though. Yeah. Any project that is ethical and improve blockchain, and it might be in PulseChain. Okay. Do you know what? One of the things that I've seen, right? The project that I think that has done extraordinarily well, above most, is Zen. I know a lot of people get mad. Don't talk about Zen, the vampire. But one thing that Zen has been able to do that no other PulseChain project has been able to do is onboard new people. Like to have a big, like if you look at the people who support Zen, there's a large chunk of Hexicans, but I think there's also a large chunk of other people as well. So it's almost like 60% Hexican and 40% of new people that were onboarded onto Zen. Zen, or the Jack Levin coin, yeah. So I think that they've been able to do something actually unique that I think we should appreciate and try and learn from. Because what we do want is that people who can onboard new people, that's exactly what we want on PulseChain. When the supply is completely burnt, what does that mean? Well, if the supply is burnt, it means there are no more coins, right? So by burning coins, you're making them more scarce. You're making them more valuable because there's less of them. I mean, if there was only 1 million PulseChain coins, how much do you think a single coin will be worth? There's only 21 million Bitcoin that will ever exist. And the price of Bitcoin right now is at over 25 grand. So if there was only 1 million Pulse coins, how much would one Pulse coin be worth? So anytime we burn, we are taking the supply off the market and throwing it away. It's going to a burn address. It cannot exist anymore. So you can't burn everything, but you can burn a large chunk of it. And whenever you burn, what you have becomes more valuable. We love Zen, bullish on Zen. Well, for me, in regards to Zen, I'm more bullish on the blockchain that they're launching. I think Jack Levin had a stream today with Crypto Kindness. I haven't watched it yet. I'll watch it later on. But I do think that what they've done is definitely it's a very, very they've onboarded a lot of people. But the tokenomics of Zen, I don't think that they're great for price appreciation. But the tokenomics of the blockchain that they're launching, I think those will be good. At least for the research that I've done in the past, And that's without having any new information. Phoenix on PulseChain will be launching soon. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We should embrace all DeFi. It's us against the banks, HEX, Zen, Rex, Phoenix, or anything DeFi. I actually haven't heard. I used to hear a lot about Rex before. I mean, everyone used to talk about it in the comments. Talk about Rex, talk about Rex. I haven't heard about it in a while now. You always have the best advice and non-biased, and I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, not financial advice, right? The best advice, not advice. Who knows what to call that? Academaciated. Good evening. Good evening. I believe one of the problem today crypto projects has all of the farms relies on new people to join. I'm more interested into a project that earns and distributes to holders. What do you think? PulseX does that. PulseX does that. I think, yeah, the concept you're talking about, right, is a concept that a lot of people are talking about in crypto right now called real yield. Real yield means that a project that generates real income, real, almost like a business that generates profit, right? PulseX, what PulseX does is that people like to double in altcoins. So if you want to come and buy your altcoin, you pay a fee on PulseX. That fee is used to buy PulseX and burn it. So that's a real yield. I'll check the Zen prices in 2038. I don't look. I think that's the best in my view, right? I think that the blockchain. I think that's where most of the value will be in terms of Zen. I think that the blockchain is where most of the value will be. The thing with the crypto space is this, right? I'll say this. I don't want to talk about this, but I'll say this anyway. I think for the most part, right? Some people don't want to learn. Some people don't want to learn. It's like someone is banging his head on the wall and it's painful. Say, why is my head painful? They keep banging. Why is my head painful? No one wants to learn. There's a guy who when Richard Hart created HEX, there's a guy who created a coin called Wise token. And he said, I'm going to do it better than Richard Hart. Richard Hart takes all the money that people are putting in the adoption amplifier. I'm not going to take all the money that goes in the adoption amplifier. I'm going to take that money, use it for liquidity. Then Richard Hart came out and said that this is bad for price performance. What they're doing is bad for price performance. And he explained why it's bad for price performance. The guy went on and did it anyway. And many of us followed him, right? And the coin launched, it did not have good price performance. Now, when that happened, I learned my lesson. Okay, Richard Hart said it doesn't work because of this, right? And the guy who launched the coin, Wise token, didn't learn his lesson. He launched a coin that has the exact same tokenomics that failed before. Exact same tokenomics that he was told before he launched. Richard had made videos before Wise was launched. He says it's not going to work for 1, 2, 3 reasons. He didn't listen. The tokenomics didn't work. He launched the same tokenomics on Binance Smart Chain. That didn't work. And for me, the first time I was like, okay, we all made a mistake. We learned from it. But not everyone learned. Some people continue to do the thing that didn't work. So look, there are things that work, there are things that don't work. And if you see something is not working, don't keep doing it. Change it. Pepe on PulseChain seems very strong, but you have to get the one that has a higher volume. It's been close to 500,000 higher for some days now. Volume. I've seen Pepe has been trading for some time on PulseChain. Yeah, but I don't know much about it. I don't know enough about it. Yeah. Hi everyone, happy healer lovers. Yo, let's roll. We've got a sweet message. Happy healers for president 2024. Rex is launching on PulseChain, so Rex community is coming to PulseChain. Yeah, well, most of them are Mexicans, like you said earlier. I don't think there are new people that will be onboarded through Rex. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Wolf for Tron, LOL. Oh God. Yeah. Buy volume on Pulse and PulseX higher than sell volume for a change today. That's good. If people are buying more than they're selling, that's really good. That's really good. Yeah, that's what you want to see. Let me just take a look at this. I want to see the buy on. Okay, on PulseX. Oh my God! Yeah, can you see this right on PulseX? Sells 2.4K, buys 4.7. Yeah, I can see what you're talking about, right? That there's a lot of buy volume and very little sell volume. So it looks like the bears, practically speaking, right? Because on Twitter people can complain all they want, but if there's more buyers than sellers, it looks like the bears are kind of gone. That's what these numbers say. Because 2.3 sells, 2.3K sellers, and 4.7 buyers for Pulse X. That's good. For incentive token, you have 2.7 thousand sellers and you what? Oh well, yeah, 1,000 buyers. So for incentive, it's not good. For HEX, 2.3 and 2.8. So, but we don't have numbers for Pulse though. I think we have to go to Dex Screener for that. I'll go to Dex Screener. I kind of don't want people to mint Zen on PulseChain because it's been profitable. I spent 1 million pounds to mint Zen and was able to sell for 5 million pounds. It's a secret Pulse printer. Awesome. PulseX is a great project and you've got the right idea, but there are so many of them out there. I think we need to solve real life problems in order to become legit and sustainable. It depends with what you mean by that, Rusty Smith. It depends what you mean by that, because there is an issue of if you look at it on Ethereum, right? There's a lot of people who started in the ICO mania. Some people said we want to disrupt electricity. We're going to build a wind farm, sustainable. We want to do green stuff. But you probably have never heard about it because, yeah, that's how it ended. It ended with lots of beautiful stories that just one day the people are gone, you don't hear about them anymore. And I think that some of the real world problems are extremely complicated because of the issues of legislation, right? If something is decentralized, how do you apply for a license? And unfortunately, things like some real world problems, you can't just solve them. You need permission to solve them. The government needs to give you permission. You can't just provide. If you live in a country without electricity, you can't just give people electricity. You have to get permission to do it. And so I think some of these things, some real world problems are more complex than we think. I think the problems that we've been able to solve are some of the problems that crypto can solve. Right? We're talking about decentralized finance. We can solve that. I think identity solutions are starting to come into play as well, but that starts to bring the whole Big Brother vibe, right? But I think they're starting to come into play. NFTs are starting to come to play, and solving a real world problem, I think, would definitely need a lot more trial and error. Playing with things and trying one thing and trying another thing, and then you get until you get one thing that works. But it has to be in a kind of a it has to be in a kind of a gray area, right? Like the way Uniswap was able to pop up and then solve a problem, and then all of a sudden it's now a big player. And then you look at NFTs as well; they just pop up and then they become big. Because if you want to solve problems that are so, in some cases, that are stepping into other people's territory, that are defending their territory, that don't want new entrants coming into their business, stealing their customers. I don't know, man. But look, yeah, I'm being kind of negative here, right? And it's not a good thing because that's not how you innovate. If you're negative, nothing will ever happen, right? I would say that look, if there's any ideas you like that you think that can work, yeah, try them out. Try them out. Try them out. It's just that it's only that I've seen a lot of type of different projects try to launch on blockchain, and I've seen a lot of stuff not really materialize. And then things that you didn't think would materialize, they materialize. So that's why I'm a little bit jaded in terms of that. But yeah, obviously, negative talk is never a good thing. So look, try it out. Everything is at a discount. Fill your bags. Fill your bags. It's a time to fill your bags. The prices of PulseX, those are the like premier assets. So if those are at a discount, yeah, why not fill your bags? We see a slight dip on Pulse 0.000101. We see a slight dip. Market cap not including OA 1.5 billion. But you see, this market cap tells you that there's massive room ahead, right? Because let's take a look at how much market cap is Ethereum. Right? So PulseChain, if we exclude origin address from the data we get from PLS burn, we've got a market cap of 1.5 billion, right? Right here, 1.5 billion. And then Ethereum has a market cap of 221 billion. That means Ethereum could easily do a 200x. Sorry, PulseChain could easily do a 200x, and it'll be sitting where Ethereum is right now with a 200x. I'm happy for your honesty. Thank you for sharing. Okay, thank you, Rusty Smith. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it. Thank you very much. Reminds me of the zombie crash in 2020. Stay strong, everybody. Stay strong. You gotta be strong. We might see a lot more downside. There can be more blood on the streets. I agree with you. Yeah. Look, cryptos can pump harder than you think. They can dump harder than you think also. That's a quote from Richard Hart. All around media FUD surrounding the crypto industry means the bull market is around the corner. Fill your bags indeed. PulseShib super discount. Yeah, let me see what PulseShib is on right now. Take a look at what it's on. Pulse 010124. Okay, these are low prices, man. These are extremely low prices. I mean, how can you make a prediction like this for 2024? 2024 is where we're talking about next bull run, right? So how can you say that those are the prices for 2024? 2024, we expect bigger numbers. We expect a huge pump 2024. Because at that point, there is no more excuses or any other talk. It's time to say that, look, we're going to the moon right now. That's what 2024 is time for. Okay, let's take a look at PulseShib. What's going on with the price for PulseShib? Look, I must say, right, this for me, it was unexpected that we get this strong dip right now that we've had in Pulse and PulseX. But in crypto, it's to be expected, right? Dips are part of the game. If you cannot stomach dips, you will not get the pumps. That's just what it is. So the thing is that once you find good product market fit, jump on it, right? PulseShib right now, market cap 384K, liquidity is at 12K. Yeah, pooled PSB 15 billion, almost 60 million Pulse, wrapped Pulse. So yeah. Look, the market cap for this is extremely tiny, and I think it can just pump at any moment. It can pump at any moment. I'm talking about January 2024. Yeah, but January 2024, man, that's like 6 months from now. And you expect us to be below SAC price. You're saying that below sack price for January 2024. That's bearish. That's extreme bearish. Do you think PulseShib will have a burn feature? Would be awesome. Yes. Yes. But then you need utility first, right? Utility that can generate income so that you can have a buy and burn. Or a burn, right? That would be cool. Yeah. That would be cool. Buy and burn or a burn, that would be really cool. Yeah. Yeah, my God, your prediction, Mana, is it Liam or Iam? Liam or Mana, right? Your predictions, I think this is extreme bearish. Extreme bearish. No, SAC is supposed to be 0.0001. That's SAC rate. This rate is like less than SAC rate. Okay, yeah, you're right. It's not less. It's like 9x. Yeah, you're right. It's 9x, I assume. Yeah. 9x SAC rate, and then this is 5x SAC rate. Yeah. Okay, so you're predicting a 10x. That's it. 9x. Sorry, 9x and 5x. Okay, I got that wrong, guys. Sorry about that. I'm talking about January 1st. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Yeah, PulseShib. Yeah, PulseShib. We're taking a look at it right here. It's above SAC rate. Yep. Ray A. What is happening? I'll take 9x. If Richard Hart is sold, if Richard Hart's worth is sold, he should reward the sacrifices, cause John. Okay, I think if you've been watching Richard Hart, you'd know Richard Hart is a long-term thinker. That's it. He's a long-term thinker, and he will not reward anyone, especially people who want to dump. So people who want short-term reward, for the most part, are people who want to dump coins. So he won't reward it. I'm not saying you want to dump, but I'm just saying that from what I've seen historically, you're saying that if Richard Hart is worth salt, he should reward the sacrificers, because Joe Peanut across the street is getting way more Pulse and PulseX for the same amount of dollars than early sacrificers. Well, the market is about risk and reward. So the person who's getting cheap coins today is still taking a risk. The person who sacrificed is still taking a risk. So if we get 100x, everyone earned their own money. If Richard Hart starts picking winners and picking losers, I don't think that's a good strategy. If you start saying, well, you guys did this, so I'm going to pay you, and you guys are doing this, I'm going to pay you. Yeah, that one, I think I can bet it's not going to happen. And I know the way you framed your point is, you're like, if he's worth this, he will do this, right? That's like I think there's a word for it, like false equivalence or something like that, because it's almost like you're prejudging it first before you say it. How low can it go? Lower. It can always go lower. That's what crypto does. Lower than you think. But I don't think we'll go any lower. I do think that I see some people buying at these points. So your thoughts on Doge on Pulse coin? I don't know about it. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know anything about it. So I don't have any opinion on it. Let the market decide. Are you talking about HEX and EX? Yeah, that one is an interesting topic to talk about, HEX and EHEX. But the fact that we call one of them HEX and the other one EHEX tells you something. It tells you that there's HEX and there's EHEX. But hey, look, the market will decide. But that has always been the truth, right? The market always decides. But in this case, I think the market was always going to favor HEX because PulseChain is where all the attention is. That's where everyone is. Everyone is. Why is the bridge not working? Because they want to be on PulseChain. Why is this happening? Because they want to be on PulseChain. Do you know when PulseX full staking will be live? PulseX full staking? No, I don't. V2, I don't. Uniswap done it and rewarded its holders 2021. Most of them were Hexicans. Yeah. Yeah. I think, look, I think, okay, because you want something does not mean it's the right thing to do. And because if you start to saying that, okay, if you're a good guy, you will do this and this, clearly you should see a problem with that statement. Because I mean, one thing that I think we should acknowledge is that obviously he sees things that we don't see, right? He's in meetings that we are not privy to. And so I think his strategy is going to be for the long-term health of the project. And it's understandable. I know it's people will feel pain that okay, I bought for this price and then newbies are buying for this price. Look, it is what it is. That's what the market does. Right? You win some less. You win some at a higher level, sometimes you win at a lesser level. But over time, it doesn't matter. What matters is what you do over time, right? If you dump quickly, if you dump after a long period of time, if you dump for a profit, if you dump for a loss, that's what matters. Can PHEX hit 56 cents? Good question. I haven't thought about this for some time, but I think, yeah, I think the answer is I think it can. Besides PulseChain ecosystem, what other projects are you bullish on? Right. I haven't thought about this for a long time, right? But I think there's the obvious, right? The obvious is I think that Bitcoin will do well. I think Ethereum will do well, but maybe I think probably Bitcoin. I don't think it's going to surpass 100K. Maybe 100K, 90K. It'll stop there. And then Ethereum as well. I don't think we get massive gains. Maybe 10,000 for Ethereum. I'm actually bullish on BNB, even though I'm not a buyer of BNB. But looking at what they've done, what Binance has done, building Binance Smart Chain, and if you look at the infrastructure that they own in the crypto space, they own a significant chunk of the crypto space. So I think BNB is good. Tron, I used to really like Tron, but I think that I would blame Justin Sun for Tron's kind of failure because BNB took Tron's lunch. Tron was the biggest player outside of Ethereum, but then Tron it just didn't have good price performance. So as much Tron used to dominate in DeFi, but at the same time, the Tron token, I think they kept dumping on their community. And I was a holder of Tron at some point. They kept dumping on us badly. And then so you'd watch other coins pump. So you say, okay, fuck it. I don't like using bad language. So you just move on to the next blockchain. So I think Tron lost because of that. So I think BNB is a good token to hold. Now the competition is much stiffer. You've got Matic, you've got, I think that's good. You've got Avalanche, you've got Phantom. Look, there's a lot of good projects out there. But okay, if the question is what would I buy if I couldn't be part of the PulseChain ecosystem, I'll probably BNB now they've got Hello, guys. I'm very, very sorry. Extremely apologies. Apologies, guys. Can you hear me? Hello, guys. I'm very, very sorry. Extremely apologies. Apologies, guys. Can you hear me? Okay, I set up another stream on my phone. Okay, I set up another stream on my phone. Okay, I think the other stream is back on now. The other stream, no, the original stream is back on. And apologies, guys. I'm very sorry about that. For some reason, the internet just stopped working. Okay, I'm going to switch off this stuff here. This stuff here. Yeah. Okay, switch this off. And I'm going to switch this one off. I'm going to switch this stream off. I'm streaming on my phone now. I'm going to switch this off as well. Okay, someone says you look like a deer in headlights. This guy must be an Alaskan. We hear double. Okay, yeah, it's because I'm on my phone now, and then I'm gonna switch that off now. I'm gonna switch it off now. Well, I'm gonna switch this off because I was going to switch on my phone so I can go live on the phone briefly, but then the internet started working again, so I'll switch this off now. Yeah. Yeah, done. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, guys, yeah, guys, apologies for that, guys. The internet just stopped working for some reason. So let's get back. I think it's rebooting. Actually, the thing is this, right? Strange thing. Sometimes the internet just chooses to go off on its own. And I don't know why, but I think it's something. This is the reason why. Because I actually used to stream before regularly, and then I stopped when it started giving me problems. Iceman says you're a good man. Thank you. LOL Crest Marketing. Awesome. Yep, we're back. We're back on. We're back. We're back on, and we had two streams before. Like I set up the other stream for the on the phone. Because at least the thing about the phone is that the phone is reliable, always works all the time. Anything can happen. Well, I'm not in Africa, bro. But yeah, I agree with you. I will be going to Africa soon, though. But yeah. Now, which topic were we talking about? Let me just take a look here. Stop selling your HEX, bro. Well, it's not a good time to be selling right now. I'm sure you'd agree. Hey, dude, love the laugh, love your content. Thank you very much, Peso, dude. Thank you very much. You must be in America. Well, I'm sure in America it always works. I'm sure internet always works in America. I'm sure. I thought you were in Zim. No, I'm not in Zim right now, but sometimes I am, but not right now. Yeah, no, definitely not. I think in the US everything works. I would assume, right? Because isn't that where everyone wants to go to? Yeah. Tough times when internet stops working. Oh my god, tough times. The bottom is in. What's your prediction on Bitcoin crossing 50K? Look, I think Bitcoin is in a good buy territory right now, in my view. But I do think that the top is going to be like 90,000. So, like, okay, if you buy now, you're getting a what? 3x? Right? Or maybe 3.8, something like that, X. So, I mean, I don't think that's worth it. Wear a green shirt and the price will go back up. Good idea. I mean, green, yeah. The Benjamins, that's the color, yeah. Green is the color, yeah. So where are you streaming from? I'm in a small European village. We're probably going to have a rolling power outages this summer where I live. That's worse. No AC, no internet, no lights. Hey, how are we going to get to that? Good question. Good point. I don't know, man. Yeah, it's possible. I think some people have stopped thinking, especially the people who are in power, and they've stopped thinking. I mean, you hear things like banning agriculture, banning farming, things like that, things that don't make sense. People fighting for those things. Village of Uganda. I wish I want to travel to Uganda. I've never been there, but I want to go there for some time. Yeah, definitely want to go there for some time. Yeah. And I will do sometime, but yeah, it's not, traveling is not that easy with a big family like me. Like some of us like to have huge families, super big families, if you know what I mean. 15 million of PulseX enough. Okay, I made a video talking about Pulse, and I said that I think about I say a big number, right? I said 100 million Pulse is enough. But 50 million Pulse, yeah, there's a big chance. Like, okay, look, we're looking at the number of Ethereum, right? We're looking at Ethereum, and the number for Ethereum that we saw was like, okay, right now market cap for Ethereum is 220 billion, and market cap for Pulse is 1.5 billion. That means that Pulse can 100x, it'll still be smaller than Ethereum, right? That's without adding Richard Hart coins. So I think that there's big potential there. So if you're to say 50 million, and you're to say, let's say 100x on that, 50 million PulseX right now, how much is that worth? I'll have to go to Dex screen now. Let me check. Hey, prices have gone down even further. Let me take a look at how much PulseX is worth. PulseX Pulse. Okay, we don't see much. Okay. The 50 million is about 1,800, right? So that means that if we put 100x on that, that is 180 grand. 180 grand. Yeah, that's how much it works out to. 180 grand. It's 100x. What is a T share? It's what you get when you stake HEX. You Mac. You watch your channel all the time. I run a YouTube channel as well, and I don't know you get the energy to produce materials every single day, and others. Well done, bro. Hey, look, yeah. Thank you for the kind words, right? You should check out Somi. He does like lots more content every single day. And like for me, I used to do about one video a day. I think I used to do one video a day, and then I saw him doing like lots. I said, okay, look, I've got to push myself and do a little bit more, because I mean he's doing like so much. I can at least do maybe 2 or 3. So now I'm trying to push myself to do 2 or 3, and sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. But I agree with you. Talk to me that it's hard to make videos all the time, like consistently 2, 3, 4 videos a day. It's hard to do a video a day, but it's doable. I heard Puerto Rico is having a heat wave right now. Canada on fire. USA will probably have fires too. It's so dry. Yeah. I actually saw that there's a lot of there's some South African firefighters who went to Canada to help with the fires there. Crest, his channel called Hello Guys. Yeah. If you had 1 mil of liquid HEX, what would you do now? That's a good question, and the answer is the answer is maybe convert it to PX. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the answer. It's like people should understand that this is not easy. Yeah, well, look, yeah, definitely not easy, and yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, especially because obviously if you're making content, they have to be valuable, the piece of content that you drop. So yeah, so it's a lot of work to do that. I agree with you. I agree with you. Talk to me. I agree with you 100%. I would buy Pulse. I heard the burn mechanism is a big deal. I would buy PLS. I heard. Well, like we just had a big burn yesterday, right? Richard Hart had a big burn that he did yesterday, so that's pretty cool. So yeah. Let's take a look and see if there's any new news that Richard Hart has dropped. Part 1. People don't like PulseChain because Richard Hart is white and not swaggy enough. What is this?
Where do you want me to stop at?
What?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, go fuck.
All right, so
Go ahead.
So my whole thing is this.
Can you
Why
hear
are
me,
you
guys?
fading? Why are you fading it so much?
Bro, your owner can't dress. The nigga ain't got no swag. Y'all color gradients for PulseChain is dirt. The shit is a copycat. Niggas don't fuck with derivatives, bro. You feel what I'm saying? The community dumb as a bitch. They only throw ad hominems. They literally do not talk about the tech, right? Richard Hart is a fucking white man. I don't trust white people. It's all fucking type of reasons. Where do you want me to stop that?
What does blockchain have to do with color?
Nothing, but talk about the blockchain. Y'all never talk about the tech.
When people try to talk to you about the tech, you don't even listen. So what's the point?
That's a goddamn lie when I'm sitting here literally asking you, and yet your response to me asking you about the tech is to tell me I don't want to hear about the tech instead of talking about the tech.
No, let's go. Let's talk about it. So what are you looking for? What's the main?
I'm not looking for anything. I just want you to talk about the tech. I'm not looking for anything. You can start off wherever you want and end when you want.
That's some strange stuff there. XRP lawsuit update. I know I don't know anything about that. I followed it a bit, but yeah, now I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, I haven't looked at it for a while. But it was designed with extra burning than ETH. Burn mechanism amplifies it. Okay, Ethereum has a burn mechanism, right? EIP 1559. So Richard Hart forked Ethereum. That means that we inherited the EIP 1559. So EIP is just like Ethereum improvement proposal, right? So that allows us to benefit from that burn mechanism that it has. So yeah, so PulseChain burns, but we had extra burning from the the first validators. 4096 burned their Pulse tokens, and they burned their Pulse rewards of being validators. The tech is fast, cheap, reliable option. Yep. I've not invested in Pulse, but I have a massive bag in PulseX. I'm going to stake the hell out of it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Staking is always a good idea because you earn some income. Some people just love to hate RH. Yep. This guy hasn't heard real Mexican streams where they deep dive into tech. Yeah. Look, anyway, guys, we've been on for some time now, and we had a big power outage. Someone in the comments said that we're going to have, I forgot which comment it was, we're going to have power outages coming soon. So I guess this was a big preparation for what's in the future, right? I think we've had a great stream, almost 2 hours now. So I think it's a good time to call it a night or a day or a morning, depending where you're at. And any more topics, guys, we should cover. I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. And which topics, which videos should I make tomorrow? I think things are getting quiet now, right? In the space, things are getting quiet now in the whole HEX PulseChain ecosystem. We don't see much stuff happening now. I mean, we had massive news yesterday. That guy's already made up his mind on HEX. Yeah. Let me just take a quick look at. Let me just take a quick look at what. If there's anything else on Richard Hart's page. Things I've done. Things I would love to see. One auto router to split orders further across massive multiple liquidity pools. Here the devs working on this as we speak. More farms, HEX improvements, some privacy stuff. Okay, 31 billion pulse burned so far from the original. Oh, so you can actually track how much Richard Hart is burning. At least I assume it's Richard Hart. How much is burning on in terms of validators. PulseChain, PulseX, HEX.com on 2 chains, incentive token are all working. Legacy finance, not so much. Yeah, so it seems like there's no new news from Richard Hart right now. Good night to all black community. Good night to black community, everyone in crypto, everyone in crypto, everyone in crypto. Good night to everyone in crypto. Why does it keep dumping about to sell? Why would you want to sell when it's dipping? The thing is this, right? When it's pumping, that's when you should want to sell. PulseX with one-sided staking sounds good, but do you think it will compete with HEX? Well, they're different products, right? Different products. PulseChain hasn't even had all the new projects and protocols launch yet. Lots of people building. Exactly. There's lots of building happening. So now is not the time to be thinking about that, in my view. But obviously not financial advice, right? I mean, in crypto, no one knows who's right and who's wrong. So so yeah, I think that I don't think it's a good time to sell. But look, who knows if you're right or if you're wrong. But I think, look, yeah, it is what it is. It's going to dump more. Why not? How do you know it's going to dump more? How do you know? How do you know? Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Thank you very, very much, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys a lot. And guys, thank you for staying, even though we had a big problem with the internet. I'm really extremely grateful. Thank you for staying on, guys. I appreciate that lots. And yeah, time for me to sleep and some people to sleep as well if we're in the same time zone. Have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, and all that stuff.